Armenia was a part of Russia and before that the Soviet Union until it won independence in 1991. It still relies heavily on trade with Moscow. 2 years ago, though, the economy went through a sharp contraction. John Defterios sat down in Vienna with Armenian Prime Minister Tigran Sargsyan and asked about the recovery strategy. Mr. Sargsyan spoke through a translator.
The first problem that we encountered after the contraction was that the contraction was largely due to the fact that our economy was not sufficiently diversified. Our crisis response focused on 3 areas: further diversification of the economy, improving the infrastructure, and improving the business environment. And we hope that with continued reform efforts, we will be able to further boost the environment and overcome the consequences of the crisis.
Your exports represented 20% of GDP in the year 2000 and only 12% today. How do you boost the industrial base then?
Unfortunately, our trade balance still remains significantly negative. Export promotion is still a primary objective for us, and our exports are currently heavily reliant on 3 areas: mining, the IT and high-tech industry, and tourism.
What percentage of the economy still remains with the diaspora? You have almost as many people living outside the country as you do within.
Of course, the primary source of investment in the economy was the Armenian diaspora, and currently its share in the GDP can be estimated as high as 60 to 70%. Of course, investments from the diaspora came not only in the form of foreign direct investments, but also as private remittances, which have helped Armenia to overcome the consequences of the economic contraction.
A cloud always hangs over Armenia because of the dispute of Nagorno-Karabakh, and there's a trilateral meeting with Russia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan at the end of the month. Is the framework there realistically, after many, many years of dispute, to move forward on this?
The Armenian leadership has the political will to move on to an agreement, and we realize it's not easy, but we also hope that our Azerbaijani counterparts will demonstrate political will as well.
Would you say the same thing about Turkey? A path towards normalization, but it's not there because of the atrocities of World War I.
In the last 20 years, Armenia has had a very clear political position on this issue. We are ready to normalize our relations with our neighbor Turkey without any preconditions. Now, recent events have shown that Turkey is not ready to do the same.
You have Turkey with a large economy of 80 million consumers. Do you feel it's difficult for Armenia to be negotiating this dispute with Turkey's role in the region and even as a G20 member?
It's not just an issue for Armenia. Turkey's political clout and weight will only grow if Turkey follows the international rules of the game. Its clout is undermined by the problems that Turkey is continuing to have with its neighbors. Turkey should continue to carry out the democratic reforms on the path towards EU accession, in which case we are able to easily build a sustainable relationship with our neighboring country.